What up? What up? What up? What up? Facebook. I gotta say this real quick. Um, I think it's amazing that people are mentally enslaved and they don't even realize it. Harriet Tubman said this. She said, "Throughout my career, that's why she's one of my heroes. Because every time I think about the fact that if you're in slavery, right? I'm pretty sure most of us can't even imagine. We can't even imagine being in a slavery, being on a plantation, being in a slave environment. Most of us can't even begin to imagine. We can't begin to imagine that, right? What 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 people in this country did to our people. The tortures, the lynchings, the cutting open the wombs of women, to putting dogs on men and letting them eat them alive. I mean, it was just horrible. Horrible conditions. It blows me, and a lot of those people are still living to this day. But, it just blows me away that Harriet Tubman says something so powerful, so freaking powerful, that when you really dissect what she said, it's almost scary. I remember when I first heard it, man. I literally got goosebumps because the gentleman that was speaking about it we was in an arena with about 20,000 associates in that room. And I tell you, I've never seen that many people in a room and it'd be that quiet the moment he said that. And so I'm going to share with you guys, and you guys have seen me talk about this before, but I just think it's sad, man. I think it's sad that people are freaking slaves and they don't even realize that they're a slave. Now, imagine with me for a second being in that environment. In fact, the movie comes out next month. Just imagine for a second being in that environment, being in a slave environment where you're being beaten, you're being tortured. You just, everything about your whole life is just miserable, right? Now, and it was known that if you left, you got killed. That was known amongst the slaves, right? Now, Harriet Tubman said something that is very profound that I don't think that most people understand. And as I've worked with people for the past 17 years, I see it all day. I see it every day. I see it all the time. And here's what Harriet Tubman said. She said that throughout my career, I have saved hundreds of slaves, right? Now, imagine for a second being in that environment. And based upon your experience, what you've seen, what you've witnessed, that other people who attempted to do what you're thinking about doing or considering doing, which is running away, in the back of your mind, you knowing that people have gotten slaughtered for trying to escape. But yet and still, you work up the nerve, you work up the courage, you work up the fucking audacity to get out of that environment. Not only that, you succeed at getting out of that environment. Now, how many of you, I really want you to think about this. How many of you would actually go back to that environment willingly after you've sacrificed everything to get out of the environment and you made it out of the environment? What the hell is in you that convinces you, let me go back and get some of my people out. Now that I have successfully found a way, let me go back and help other slaves free themselves like I freed myself. Watch this. Because her words were, throughout my career, I have saved hundreds of slaves. She said, but as I think back, I probably could have saved thousands more only if they had known that they were slaves. Let that marinate. Let that marinate in your spirit for a second. Because when that was spoken in that arena that day, all I heard was somebody say was, woo. And it was complete silence in the room. In fact, most people got very emotional that was in the room because we got it. We understood that, man, we're out here. We done freed ourselves, a lot of us, in this industry, in the slave ship, the rat race, the corporate America 40-40-40 plan, right? You work 40 years, you work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life, and then you retire on the 40% that you could barely live off the 100% that you was making when you was earning 100%, right? How the hell can you live off of 40% what you're living paycheck to paycheck on 100% on right now? What makes you think that if you're living from paycheck to paycheck right now, you're in a slave ship right now? What makes you think when you get tired of being in that slave ship situation, what makes you think your life is going to improve once you're done working like that? And I'm not knocking jobs. I'm not saying because you got a job, you're a slave. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. Too many of y'all out here are a freaking slave and you don't even realize that you are a slave. And I think that's sad. That is the most saddest thing on earth, is to be a slave to something or somebody or whatever, right? And you don't even realize that you are a slave. So for her to say that, that tells everybody, when you dissect what she said, can you imagine the opposition that she got from her own people? How do you know you found a way? Massa gonna kill us. You don't know how you know we gonna make it through, right? I can imagine her wrestling with people. It makes me think about network marketing. And I freed myself from corporate America, right? And I'm here to show a lot of other people how to do the exact same thing. And I just saw a post that I just reposted and twisted it around. That's so true, man. You guys out here will work 10, 15, 20, 30 years, live paycheck to paycheck. You get involved in the network marketing business and give it 30 days. And if you're not making 10 grand a month in that business, you'll quit and go right back to being a slave. What kind of sense does that make? You've never made $10,000 a month on your job. You won't ever make $10,000 a month on your job. It's not even possible for you. But you'll quit your business that can give you 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, $100,000 a month. You'll quit that thing, that freedom train, to go back to a slave ship? Harriet Tubman was right. Because she said it. She said, as I think back, I probably could have saved thousands more only if they had known that they were slaves. So that tells me that she tried to get some people to go with her to that freedom train, and people said, nah, I'm good. How? No, you ain't. No, you're not. You're not good, and you're a slave. I think it's bad, man, that we live in a society where we just don't give a damn anymore. We don't care. We don't give a damn about our children's finances. We out here struggling, living paycheck to paycheck right now, and looking at opportunities as if it's a bill collector. Damn shame. Damn shame. Listen, guys, let me encourage you real quick. Go with Harriet Tubman. She's found a way. Okay? If you are in this space of network marketing, and there are people in your company that have freed themselves and have freed other people, why would you turn around and quit and go back to the slave ship for the next 40 years, 30, 40 years, however long that you're going to work? Because you're going to work. You gonna work. And if you think you're gonna have some Social Security waiting on you when you get 65 and you in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, you got a whole other thing coming. I feel sorry for a lot of y'all. I really do. I really honestly do. But at the same time, it is what it is. Harriet Tubman was right. I've saved hundreds of slaves. But as I think back, I probably could have saved thousands more only if they had known that they were slaves. Guys, watch the movie that comes out next month. I'm not sure what the movie's going to be about, how they're going to touch on the subject or whatever. But man, I tell you, that is a very profound statement. To be in that harsh condition. And a lot of you guys are in harsh conditions right now. You living in you're in a cubicle. I call it the triangle lifestyle. You know, you've been doing the same thing over and 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 over, and y'all ain't happy. You're not happy. You're not living your best life. You're not giving us that gift that God told you, that God blessed you with. And I think it's sad. It's sad, man. It's sad that y'all are slaves out here and you don't even know that you're a damn slave. Absolutely amazing. It's your boy, man, James R. Davis Sr. Love y'all, man. But you got to free yourself. Freedom is a choice. Y'all do realize that, right? You don't have to be a slave your whole fucking life. All right? Talk to y'all soon, man. Peace.